Hey guys, girls, so spring's around the corner and been asked to put together some patterns for spring. So I'm going to start with this kind of monkey-y type gleds, not gleds, but Posh Toshy type. There's going to be a multitude of things, but anyway, let's stick with the monkey for the moment. So I'm just doing this on an aluminium slipstream. I think it's about 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. So I'm not going to put a full body on this because, to be honest, you've got all this silver bit here which kind of does the job for you. So I'm just going to put in a short body at the front. So obviously, to keep it, so I'm going to put dubbing on. I don't really want it to slip back, so I'm putting in some Semperfli here, just some hot green wire. It's quite cool, nice colour for spring. So I'm just going to put a rear tag in here, like so. Got so much camera stuff here I can barely go around the bobbin. Just tie that in nicely. This is going to be dubs, so I'm not too worried about it being even, as long as it's nice and safe. Let me get rid of that. But I am going to put a rib over the dubbing just for security. So just cut this away. Would recommend cutting wire with your scissors, by the way. Those are strong scissors though, so it's okay. Not going to hurt them. Right. So just laying a bit of a bed here for the dubbing, and today I'm going to use some, I think it's SS Dub Hot Green Highlander. This stuff. I think it's fitting for the time of year and the kind of colour combo that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of, I'm not doing yellow, I'm doing Chartreuse. It's going to have Bucktail in it. It's going to have Chartreuse dubbing. It's going to have Chartreuse Hackle at the front as well. So Chartreuse-y. Clear water, nice colour. Good colour for lots of different countries. But a good colour for spring for sure, we know that. Just a little bit more. Quite often I leave too much space at the head, but I'm going to need a fair bit for this one. So then I'm going to get my dubbing brush. Some cool stuff from shore fishing. The guys over the sea. Some nice products, some really nice packaging too. I'll show you in a different video. I haven't got any on me at the moment to hand, so I'm just going to stretch that out, push it back a bit. Then I'm going to tie in the rib here just for extra security. Pop that back. I'm having a bit of difficulty with this thread. I use 8/0 thread a lot, which on bigger flies is probably completely unnecessary and a bit stupid, but it makes everything a bit finer, a bit smaller, which I think for me is okay, but occasionally it snaps. Or this reel particularly has been snapping on me, but anyway, should be fine. Right, body, dubbing, job done. So now what I'm going to do, just move my head a little bit to make it a bit shinier. There we go. I'm going to put an underwing. I never used to do this, but it's a bit of an error for the fly, the way it swims, because if you don't put something here to keep the wings up, if you put just flat wings in, it can get caught up in the hook at the back here, which I'm sure you've probably had experience of. So I'm going to use some Bucktail. This is a really nice Chartreuse Bucktail. So I'm going to put a wing of this underneath to keep the top wings up. So I'm going to put 2, maybe 3 different wings on this one. So I tend to, I don't stack, but I just put them on my desktop and just get them relatively the same length. So I don't want too much. Put just over the back of the hook probably. So just here, just to keep that, just to keep the longer feathers that are coming over the top away from the hook. I'm going to use my special friend, a little bit of super juice, just to keep this nice tight. Not too much. So now, got some angel hair here. This is Sabai Pearl Chartreuse angel hair. It's a bit stiffer, a bit thicker than some of the other ones, but I like it. So I'll probably get 2 or 3 strands here and double them up. So this is going to go over the top, a bit longer than the wing that I've got here. So individual cuts, just so they're not all identical. Don't want them to be totally identical. Right, there we go. So next I'm going to put some black TD, just that I arranged earlier, so a bit longer, like so. That'll do. I was going to put some, in fact, I'm not going to do that actually. I'm going to put my Hackle in next. So I got some nice, this is hen. I'm going to put hen Hackle in first. I've got 2 wings. I was going to possibly put a bit of this TD on, but I'm not going to do that. I'm kind of making this up as we go. So as I always do, strip these away to give a nice tie-in point at the back here. So I don't need all the short stuff, so I really want this long stuff here. So I'm just going to pull a few away here. Now I do this so when I tie them in, it's nice and neat and it doesn't cause too much bulk on the head. So you can see there that it's a nice tie-in point. Now, on thinner hackles, it can be dangerous because but it can be you can snap them quite a lot if you use too thin or you strip them back. So you just got to be a bit careful stripping them back. I've snapped loads of them. So yes, it's annoying. So right, I'm just going to use the edge of my scissors here to taper these feathers in the right way. Get my pliers. Just careful turns here. So I'm going to put, what am I going to put? Probably 3. Yeah, 3 turns in here will be fine. So again, I strip the feathers off when I know what my tie-in point's going to be. So again, it's nice and neat. I try not to drop it. Just tie it in there. So leaving a bit of space at the head for the next 2 wings that we're going to put on. Nothing wrong with having a big head at the top. Okay, it was fairly bushy, but right. Let's go back here. So some TD. I'm actually going to thicken this up a little bit. We've got a really nice bit of movement on this wing here. Maybe just slim it down a fraction. So that's going to keep that bit up. I'll just pull out any of the excess. And at the bottom, lengthwise, this is 8, so this is 7 to 10. I'm not going to put the full whack in, I don't tie straight on like that. So I'm going to put that 1 in here. Like so. Nice. And again, I'm just going to put a touch of super juice just there before I cut it off, just to secure them in. We've got different scissors for different bits. These are finer, but I'm trying to be a little bit finer, a little bit more specific. There we go. Keep that head nice and neat. Again, not that it really matters to the fish, because they don't really give a what the head looks like. So you've got a nice wing there. That's going to move really nicely. I'm just going to pop a few more strands of angel on top of that, just for a little bit of extra flash. It looks cool in the water, so just a little bit longer there. Fold those back. The flash isn't always completely flat and straight, but I'm not bothered. And again, I'm pretty sure the fish don't care. So there we go, there's a wing there. You see how that's dropping down at the back. Right, next thing I was going to do was just add a little bit of goat on the top, just for that extra length. Now, I don't know if it's necessary, not fussed if it's necessary, but just I quite like it. It's a bit random, this goat. It's quite good. It's not the best, but it's fine. And this fly will work, no doubt. So just a fraction longer than that, right in the middle there. gives a nice shape to that wing. It's going to have a lot of movement in it. It's going to be great. Here, because it's slightly harder fibres, I definitely want a bit of super glue to help hold this in. So I'm just going to tie that up, see. So what it needs to do now is cut it off. We have a little bit of a step on there, so we're going to have to. Don't want too much glue, just enough to hold there. And make sure that the head's safe. Especially with that monkey on, well, goat if you like, would have been monkey back in the day. So that's got a nice tail with a bit of flash in it. And last but not least, a bit of JC, proper JC. I only use proper JC, not because I'm a snob or anything, I just prefer it. I think everyone prefers it, it's just possibly a bit tricky to get some places. So choose wisely. Kind of running out of this one, so I'm just looking for a matching. Have them as long as you want, as short as you want, but again with JC I strip them back so you just have the eye, no feathers. I like to tie in as thin as possible. Again, keeps the size of the head down. Some flies you want longer, some flies shorter. That's looking alright. Yeah, and then I'm going to fold them back. And then whip it to finish him off. Get rid of the ends of the JC. Sometimes I ping them off. Sometimes I cut them off. Depends how I'm feeling on the day. Today I'm going to cut them off. And that is something for spring. Nice bit of length to it, nice bit of movement, kind of monkey of sorts, but should do the job.